Hello guys, welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we are going to be doing a super fun DIY thrift flip with these beautiful picture frames that I thrifted last week. I'm gonna recreate some old picture frames and bring them to life. Just a thrifted picture frame, some thrifted curtains, and some hot glue, and I love how these turned out. I can't wait to hang them up on my walls, but these are so adorable. This first picture is one that I illustrated of my husband and I, and this second one is actually the first illustration that went in my monthly art subscription bundle, and it's just very sentimental to me, and I love her, and I think it's just super fun colors, and I think they go with the pattern really well that I picked for the curtain. And I also just love breakfast, so this is just a fun pop-up color that's gonna be so cute on my wall. So with that being said, if you recreate it, if you make it your own, please tag me, please mention me. I would love to see the work that you do. And without further ado, let's get into the video.
All right, hello guys. Let's get into this video together. And let me tell you, I had so much fun recreating this craft, and I'm just showing you everything that you're gonna need. I went in with a hot glue gun, some scissors. You obviously need your thrifted picture frame, or if you have one just hanging around your house, you need your picture that you're gonna be using and some old fabric. Again, I just thrifted everything and a pencil, but you necessarily don't even have to go to the thrift store to get everything. This glass cleaner is optional. It just makes the picture look better for the final result. But honestly, if you have old picture frames in your house, if you have some old fabric, even some old like construction paper, you can even do this project with paper. Now, one thing to look for when you are in the thrift store is the quality of the picture frame. You always want to make sure that it has a backing, you want to make sure that it has the clasp, and you want to make sure that it has the framing inside, because this is really helpful. You can always create your own framing, but it's always just a nicer thing to find a thrifted frame with the framing already in there. So funny fact, this frame had a card in it, and I thought it was so sweet, and it's of like ducks and swans on a lake and then like the people in the boat. I don't know, I just thought it was cute. I was hoping something was written in it, and I thought that would be fun, so I just kept the card, and I'm gonna hang it up on my wall as just a reminder. So with that being said, you're just gonna pop out this backing. This is the crucial piece, but also this is the piece that you can make with a thicker cardstock if your thrifted frame doesn't come with it. So here you're just seeing me line up the framing on the cardstock, because for a minute I was debating about if I should make my own, but I ultimately went with the one that was in the frame originally. So now you're gonna see me here. I got this beautiful blush Perry red vibe curtain from the thrift store, right? And I was obsessed with the way it looked. I liked the texture. I just wasn't sure if I liked it on that specific frame. I think if I had gone in with the white cardstock behind it, I would have liked it a lot more. But my ultimate goal was to just create a fun and funky pattern. I wanted it something to be really bright and fun, and to just keep the theme with the other frame that I already had completed. So I wanted to go in and have the stripes match like the vibe of the picture. So here I'm just looking at the blues and the greens, and then I ultimately decided to go with the majority of it to have pinks and oranges and the white stripe, because my other one was green and I wanted them to just kind of look similar, but you know, not really. So now I'm just going to start to cut everything. This is where you want to cut around the framing and give yourself enough space. I'd rather have too much space than not enough and need to go back and cut another really big size piece of fabric. Now, my sewing girlies out there, and I have so many people who sew that are really close in my life, I should have ironed it. So I do advise you to iron it, but how I look at it is it gives the frame a little bit of texture, it gives it a little bit more character, but if you go in and do this craft, you might want to iron it just a little bit in that area. So now what I'm going to do is I'm taking my hot glue gun. You could honestly use super glue. Honestly, I recommend super glue, fabric glue, whatever you want to use. And I'm just gluing the frame to the fabric. And one thing that's really important is you want to glue the framing to the back of the fabric, because when you flip it over like so, you're going to be able to see your design. Don't ask, because I might have had experience with the last framing of gluing it onto the wrong side, but we learned. So there are a lot of different ways that you can do this. I went in and just cut a little slit in the center of the frame, and now I'm just going to cut triangles, because essentially I'm just going to fold these over to the frame like so. Then I'm going to start adding some hot glue to glue them to the frame, and essentially you want to wrap it like a present is what I was telling it. This might not be the most beautiful processed way you can do it, but as a type B creative artist, I just go with it and I have fun with it, and I loved the circle edges in the center of it. I was loving how this turned out. So then I pulled the picture and just used reference. So then I knew I didn't need all that excess fabric, so I started cutting it off a little bit. Again, you want to work with room for error in case it doesn't work, and it would be unfortunate to have to restart at this stage. So again, I just went and cut each corner to be able to fold them over like said present. And I'm trying to keep everything as tight as possible, so I'm essentially pulling and folding to keep everything nice and tight for the framing. And I just was obsessed with how it turned out. I know that top piece, that green, is super uneven, but I just thought that added to the quirkiness of what I was going for. And obviously if you had a solid color print or pattern on your fabric, it would look a lot different. But this was just the vibe I was going for: quirky, fun, creative, fun, spunky colors. So now I'm just taking my scissors and I'm cutting out my print. I'm obsessed with this print. I love breakfast, and this was the first illustration that I included in my monthly art subscription, so it's very sentimental to me. And I just love how this turned out. I think it's so cute. And the next step that you're gonna do, this is optional, but it just makes the overall product look really nice. I took some glass cleaner and I cleaned all the little glue chunks, the little smudges that from me touching it, and just giving it a nice, clean, fresh appearance. And you can just even see the difference in the glass and in the frame presentation by just cleaning it. One more pass through, and then I'm just popping my frame in there and putting the clasp on. Now, the top part didn't close, so I don't know if this was a misfit and they just put it on the back. So honestly, I just added some super glue to the back because it's just easy to cut if I ever want to change the frame. And I fanned it so it could dry, and I just am obsessed with it, going in with another wipe of glass cleaner. If you decide to recreate it or make your own, please tag me, comment me in it. I would love to see it, and this is how it turned out.